Everything is everything for a reason. It's on you to tell the truth, what you believe in. Missing me, self-pity and plenty of Hennessy. All this shit put a strain on my energy.
Hey everyone, it's Katina Galore here and I'm back with another video. So a lot has happened since the last time I made a video. I just moved out and I got my own place. And being a teen and being young, I can tell you y'all, it is not easy. But I feel like when I was scrolling to YouTube and places, I didn't get all the tips I needed. And today I'm bringing y'all the tea, the tips, and how to get through this moving process, moving into your own apartment, and how to do it like smart, because you don't want to go into something not knowing at least a good amount of information. So I wrote down a few notes so I can tell you some things I've learned along the way. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right into it, no funny business, just straight to the the meat of and potatoes of this. So the very first thing I suggest you do is you make a list of what's important to you. For example, what was important to me was that absolutely no carpet. When I say absolutely no carpet, I mean it. And the reason being is I'm allergic to carpet. Basically, because carpet contains so much dust so quickly, it makes my immune system get sick to the point where I can't even stand being in that room or in that area for too long, and it's very agonizing. So that was one of my biggest things, is carpet, is a no-go. The second thing is I need my own laundry and dryer in my unit. That's important because I worked 50-hour weeks and I also went to school full-time. So best believe the time I will be washing my clothes is probably at 1 a.m. in the morning. You will not catch me at no 24-hour washer and drying, at 1 a.m. in the morning. It's dangerous out here in these streets. But anyways, so you basically write a list of what's important to you. And I'm not really that picky as long as I get those two most important things. And the third most important thing to me is price. Obviously, if I can't afford it, I can't be there. And honestly, sometimes I would convince myself, don't convince yourself when you go on tours, when you see all the glitz and glams, that you can afford it. Just, yeah, it's only $100 over my budget. Oh, baby, that $100 is going to come to you quick. Oh, it's only $200. No. You're going to make a budget by what you calculate in your expenses and what you can afford. So, anyways, back to that first point, because we're going to get into budgeting very soon. So, you make a list of what's important to you. That's first. I guess you can say this is hand in hand. I guess these both points can go first, I would say. So you make a list of what's important to you, and then the next thing you do is you figure out your budget. You list, hey, what are these X amount of bills I have to pay, and then how much money I have left. There's a lot of resources that helps you calculate and makes things clear and easy for you to see. I think one of them is called Budget Calculator. I'll list it in the link below. What it does is it makes a pie graph and it shows you what you're spending your most money on. When I did mine, the most money went on my car. My car note and my car insurance. Ooh, baby. It's an arm and a leg, okay? It was costing me everything. But yeah, and so basically you take what you make monthly, then you add all your expenses, and then see whatever you have left for rent. And don't think whatever you have left is only for your rent. You need to calculate electricity in there. I would say whatever your budget is for rent, put electricity in there. That being in your budget too. So let's say, hey, my budget for rent is $1,000. So now make it at least $1,300 because you need to pay water, you need to pay light, you need to pay cable or internet. I don't have cable right now. I just have internet. So, so I would say add $300 or at least $250 on the price you're willing to pay for rent. So let's say your price that you're willing to pay for rent is $1,000. So that means your total rent would be $1,250, which I call it the housing bill. So that would be next. So the next pointer I'm gonna have to give you guys is, don't just go for the first apartment you see. You know, you weigh your options and you do it damn well, okay? You go to so many tours, you're gonna get tired of tours. That's how much tours you need to go to, because you don't ever want to miss out on a good opportunity, because apartments have deals. Sometimes they waive your admissions fee, your applications fee, your first month. You know, sometimes they have deals going on, or they take like $100 off your rent. That is really good for your pockets, you know? So I need you to go everywhere that you think you want to go. Make sure you check. So what I did was I drove around, like, because I got tired of rent.com and Zwillow and all that. I got tired because I felt like, and I was very right, that a lot of good apartments aren't really posting like online. They just get business, so they're not worried about the social media platform. So you know what I did? I drove around. I saw one community, I turned in. Yes, I did. I looked at the sign, leasing office right there. I went in, walked in, got me a tour. That brings me to my next point. When you go on a tour, get your phone ready. And I did this mistake where I was so like, that I did not take any pictures. But best believe, you need to take pictures so you can go back and be like, oh yeah, that's the reason why I like this apartment. Oh yeah, that's the reason why I didn't like this apartment. That's very important. So on your tours, make sure you take pictures. We're gonna go back, we're gonna backtrack to the income, but the money, the cash, the dollar signs, the most important part of all of this. Make sure you understand that when you're doing the income and when you're figuring out what budget you need for your apartment, baby, you better understand you need to make 3 times that rent. Now, here's a tip that a lot of people don't tell you. There are multiple apartments that don't require you to do 3 times that rent. And it doesn't have to be a private owner. There are some that's kind of like low income, or even you just got lucky, you know? One of those things that when you just get lucky, that require 2 times the rent or 2.5. It may be that you do have to pay the deposit, the rent price, but that's okay, because you're not gonna get approved necessarily. If sometimes, let's say you have to make 3 times the rent and your rent is like $1,200. So sometimes people don't make that much, 3 times $1,200. That's not. I mean, if you do, kudos to you. Your pocket's doing good. But sometimes it's not really what it is. It's not easy for you to get a good apartment based on the factors that stand, like your make sure you have a good, what is it called? Credit score. That's what it's called. There are factors that can stand against you. You may finally find that apartment that's, yes, this is mine, this is good, it has everything I want. But there could be 3 factors stopping you. Your credit score, the fact that you don't make 3 times the rent, and your background check. And you gotta be ready for that. Because when you finally say yes, that don't mean they're gonna say yes to you. So you have to be brave and be like, okay, on to the next. Pick it up. Next tour. That's how it has to be. You have to make sure, if you know that most apartments are gonna turn you down, and you find someone you trust, get a co-signer. My boyfriend, we moved in together. Yeah. So that's the only way I got my apartment, because that was what was making the 3 times the rent, And the next thing I would say is get your information. That's the next tip. Not only about how much the apartment costs, but the amenities, the fees. Like sometimes you have to pay sewer and stuff like that. Some places waive it for you, they pay it themselves, but some places they tax for everything, honey. So you got to get your information. So you might be thinking, oh, the rent is X amount, but no, the rent is X amount plus this fee plus that fee plus the next fee. Then now you're paying $1,500 in rent for a 1-1. So you got to make sure you get the information down pat, okay? And don't be afraid to call them and ask. Don't assume, oh, I got a question, let me call him. All right, 20 seconds later, oh, I got another question, let me call him. Call them. Any question you have. I don't care if they get annoyed, because it's on you to pay the rent. You feel me? So that's what I would say is very important. Now, the next thing I would say, and I'm gonna need you guys to have an eye for this tip, okay? When you go on a tour, you usually have a tour guide, right? Kind of really pay attention to their customer service. Now, if there are multiple agents, pay attention to all of them, because the way they treat you, and if you're a future customer and they're treating you some kind of way, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be dealing with them for a whole year or more, who knows. So you need to pay attention to the customer service, because then if it's bad customer service, you might have a lot of problems living there. You know what I'm saying? That brings me to my next point. Ratings are important, okay? I'm in college and I've never had a bad college teacher. Why? Because Rate My Professor is my best friend. I damn sure rate my professors, and I've never failed a class because I make sure I try to take great teachers. Use that same ideology for your apartment. Look at the ratings online, not only under Trilla and Zwillow and Rent.com. Go on Google, type the apartment name, and under that will say reviews, and you better read every single one of them, because it could be all flowers and everything. When you see it, you know, they show you all this stuff, they give you snacks, but in reality, once they have you reeled in, there's a lot of funny stuff going on behind the scenes. So I'm gonna need you to read the reviews, because these are people who probably lived there and experienced things that you could possibly experience, and you could save yourself so much time. So that's one of the best tips I could say I'm giving you right now. The next one is renter's insurance. A lot of apartments require you to have renter's insurance. So what I would say is, what I was doing at first was I was doing it online, because sometimes I don't like talking to people. But I was like, this is too expensive. So I was like, all right, I finally called someone. So I'm calling them, I'm talking to them, you know. The guy I was talking to really brought it down from what I was seeing on the website. And then on top of that, like I said, moved in with my boyfriend. So let's say you have a roommate. You're gonna need renter's insurance and your roommate. Yeah, baby. It's not just one just because, you know, you guys are in one household. Because what if she burns everything down? Now, you think you're gonna be reliable for her? No, that's why you need your own. So what you can do is, so let's say renter's insurance is like $200. So both of you guys aren't paying $200. There's this thing where they can join it together, but it's two separate accounts. So in that way, you get a maximum deal, okay? So, and I suggest you pay it in full. No, don't do this monthly thing. Okay, you better call your boss and be like, hey, can I get some overtime just so I could pay this renter's insurance in full? Because when you pay it in full, you get that over with. Yeah, so make sure your renter's insurance, try to pay it in full, because it's going to be to your best advantage. And I think just the last thing I would say is truly plan ahead. Like when you finally get approved, when you finally get that yes, you know, plan ahead. Don't wait till the day you move in to buy cleaning supplies, because once you get in there, you're going to need to sanitize everything, okay? Just plan ahead, like figure out what you're going to need, because what I did is I knew I was going to move out. And I knew I don't like when my pockets take a hit. So what I did was, you know, I already bought, like started to pay things, put payments on stuff like furniture, and just like my car was so full. I even took my best friend's car and packed her trunk. I felt so bad for her. That girl did not have a trunk for like 2 weeks. Like I bought everything within my paychecks, you know. I took my boyfriend's paychecks, I took his money, bought everything. Don't let your pockets take a hit. It's not good. It's not, I don't think that's wise. Like literally when I moved in, I literally had groceries. I had groceries in my car. Like, and we were going through the coronavirus, so it was kind of like the markets were empty, so I also wanted to plan ahead for that too. But just plan ahead, plan ahead, plan ahead. I can't say it anymore, because don't let your pockets take a hit. It's not healthy. It's not beneficial. Trust me. So unless you have X amount of money saved to just splurge on all these moving in things. Now I tell you, I bought pots and pans one day. I got it on a sale. I got an Oster knife set for $8. Like I'm the queen of sale. You know what I'm saying? For $8. And so I said, cop that. And it was like 3 weeks into me moving in. I was like, I'm still buying that. You know, 4 months, not 4 months, 4 weeks from me moving in, I bought this. You know what I'm saying? I don't like buying things all at once because it's not beneficial to you. So that would be my biggest tip to you, is plan ahead. Don't let your pockets take a hit. Don't get surprised. Plan. Really think about what's going to happen when you move in. What are you going to need? You know what I'm saying? Really think about it before you do this. Not only the planning ahead thing, just the whole living on your own. Because when you live on your own, understand this. You are the adult. It's no one else to rely on, you know? It's just you. So you need to plan ahead and you need to figure it out. So I honestly hope these tips helped you, because I think if you use my tips, you'll get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I think that what I'm saying is really beneficial. So let me know on the comment below how y'all felt. If you felt like, you know, if you have any questions, if you felt like I left anything out, let me know. I'll make another video. I'm coming with that apartment tour very soon, so stay tuned. I'm literally almost done decorating my apartment. Stay tuned. Show me some love. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, I'm out.